What if I told you that one of the oldest professions in the world didn't start with crime or desperation, but with power? Long before cities, before money even existed, humans lived in small groups. Survival was everything: food, shelter, protection. And in those early societies, relationships weren't what we think of today. There was no dating, no marriage the way we understand it. Everything was transactional, not in a cold way, just practical. If someone had food, they shared it. If someone had strength, they protected others. And if someone had influence, they used it. But over time, something changed. As humans started forming larger settlements, resources became uneven. Some people had more land, more food, more control. And with that came demand. Not just for survival, but for something else. Connection, desire, power. One of the earliest recorded examples comes from ancient Mesopotamia, one of the first civilizations ever built. Here's where it gets interesting. In some temples, there were women who weren't just seen as individuals. They were part of religious rituals. People would come, make offerings, and in some cases, engage in acts that were believed to be sacred. Not dirty, not hidden, sacred. It wasn't called prostitution. It was seen as a connection between humans and the divine, but that didn't last. As societies grew more structured and power shifted from religion to governments, the meaning changed. What was once ritual became service. In ancient Greece, things became more organized. There were different classes of women. Some were highly educated, respected, even influential, known as companions to powerful men. They weren't just there for physical reasons. They talked politics, philosophy. They shaped decisions. Others weren't so lucky. They were controlled, owned, and had no choice in what they did. And that's where the line started to blur. Because now it wasn't about belief. It was about control. Then came ancient Rome, and this is where it became official, regulated. There were laws, taxes, registrations. People had to declare themselves. Think about that. A profession so widespread that governments had to organize it, not to stop it, but to control it. Because by then, it was clear. No matter how society changed, it never disappeared. Not during wars, not during plagues, not during collapses of empires. It adapted, always. During the Middle Ages, things got more complicated. Religion once again took control and labeled it as sinful. But here's the contradiction. Even in deeply religious cities, it still existed, sometimes openly, sometimes hidden. In fact, in some places, authorities tolerated it because they believed it prevented worse crimes. Think about that logic. Something considered immoral was still allowed because it was necessary. And that idea, that tension, never really went away. Fast forward to modern times. Different countries treat it differently. In some places, it's legal and regulated. In others, it's completely banned. And in many, it exists in the shadows. But the core idea hasn't changed in thousands of years. It's not just about money. It's about power, opportunity, control, and sometimes survival. That's the uncomfortable part, because when people talk about it today, they usually simplify it. They reduce it to one thing. But history shows something else. It was never just one thing. It was religion. It was politics. It was economics. It was human behavior. And maybe that's why it never disappeared. Because it's not separate from society. It's a reflection of it, the way people live, the way power works, the way needs are met, and whether people accept it or not. It's been there since the very beginning, not as a mistake, but as a consequence.